Hi, we're Project Z. This is Ahmed, Sami, Unai, and I'm Nigel. And for the past 2 weeks, we decided to also build a game. So what we decided to go for was a mobile game, so something you could play on your iPhone, specifically. And we decided to go for a 2D side-scroller. So for the non-gamers amongst you, a 2D side-scroller, much like old Mario here, is basically a two-dimensional side-scrolling game, which means you're looking at him from the side as opposed to top-down. And it's a platformer, which means you have a lot to do with movement and jumping as you jump on platforms, hence the name. And to say how we went about to do this, I'm going to hand over to Ahmed, who's going to take over.
Hello, I've never used a microphone before. So, our tech stack. So we used a completely different tech stack from the ones we already used to at Makers. We used Swift, Xcode, and SpriteKit. So Swift was the main programming language, Xcode is the runtime environment, and SpriteKit is where we implement our designs and our sprites. And we also use some of their inbuilt physics engine. So, struggles. How does our team work on one project in a different runtime environment simultaneously? That was a massive struggle because essentially each one of us had to take away a chunk of the project and work with it, and then we had to merge it at the end. And that creates an insane amount of struggles because if you change one image or like one single movement and try to merge it into Xcode, you basically spell disaster, and we got a lot of hindrance in that. The next was, how do we actually move the character? So the character is moved using physics, and by the name, it's not too easy to implement. Physics, and doing collision detection. So essentially, how do I make monsters eat the character? Well, we have to first detect that there is a monster in front of you, and that monster is bad, and he will eat you. And then once he does eat you, your health then reduces. That was also insanely difficult. How do I test drive something that I have no idea how to build? That was also insanely difficult because none of us had any idea how to use Swift or SpriteKit or whatever. And we implemented tests, feature tests throughout. And that really pushed us to our limit in testing something we did not know how to build properly. So yeah, I think that covers our struggles. And next I'll pass on to Unai, who will talk you through our achievements.
I guess after 2 very, very intense and very, very stressful weeks, the fact that we're still talking to each other, it's pretty much an achievement. True though. And we managed that by using things described in the Agile methodology, like constant feedback, retros, stand-ups, just communicating constantly. And also by defining our MVPs, which is basically defining very, very small achievable goals within your project and then scaling from there. And learning a new completely language with its companion framework, that it's in itself, like for us, it's a massive achievement. And of course, having a playable game, having a fully functional playable game, which you probably don't want to hear me talk about it. You probably much rather see it. So I will pass you on to my friend Sami here.
Cool, so now we're going to show you a demonstration of our game, Only Forest, recorded on an iPhone. All the sounds and stuff you'll see are part of the game. So here we have a little ninja character. Here's the door. There we go. Thank you.